I'm going to go through some examples of letterpress. The first being embossing. So it's not necessarily printed on there as much as it is embossed, or like kind of like engraving into the paper. The ink is punched onto the paper, so it gives it a texture, a non-printed texture. Okay. Here's another example of the same process. So embossing. Okay, you might be able to tell a little better on this one. This one is foiled and embossed. Okay, so that the foil is pretty obvious. But if I turn it sideways, you might be able to see that even the foil is kind of embedded into the paper. Okay. Now, if you turn it sideways, the first few examples that I showed you are on this very ultra thick paper. It's not your typical cardstock, okay? And you want that because those letters are being pressed into the paper. So anyway, now this one is just foil, okay? No ink is on there. And if you turn it to the side, it's not as thick as the other one, but still a high quality paper. Now this one is just foiled, meaning that this one, when you run your fingers through it, you feel the foil, but it's not necessarily punched into the paper like this one is. Okay, this one's more flat, I guess, and this one has more texture, especially as you run your fingers through it. So this next set is just full color printing. This top piece is off-white paper, so a creamy color, okay? Here's another example. So there's no texture, it's all smooth to the touch. And this is on white. It's still a very high quality print on high quality paper. And here is an example of metallic. So this one gives your prints a little bit of shimmer. This sample's a little busy, but it's the only one that I had that had any type of watercolor printing to kind of give you an idea. Okay. So as you move it in the light, it makes all the printing on it shimmery. Okay. And I wanted to show you the printing that I would use if you go with just a regular standard cardstock without any shimmer. This is what you can expect. It's still thick, very nice and sturdy, and the colors are nicely processed. And I wanted to show you the difference between a professional grade cardstock and printing versus just your typical flimsy cardstock that you get at Walmart. I think this came from Walmart actually. So you can see it easily bends, whereas this one has more weight to it.